Hi everyone, Shanti here from v4Now. I'm one of the senior IPv4 brokers here, and in this video I want to cover why. Why have the fastest sale? It seems like a weird question, but I get asked, like, why do you care so much about having a fast IPv4 transfer? Because my goal is to have the fastest IPv4 transfers possible. Now, with international banking and RIRs being, having their particular processes and everything, I get beaten a little, but I definitely want to make sure that I am prepared, my buyers and my sellers are always prepared to have the fastest sale possible. Now, if you want to know some quick tips on how to be prepared for the fastest sale possible, I've got that in another video. I'll link in the description below, and you can definitely have a look into that. However, right now I want to talk to you about why. Why does it matter to me so much to have the fastest sales? Now let's get straight into it. I got three really simple points and three reasons to me why it's really important. And I take it really, really seriously. I try and make sure that everyone has a great experience, and I want to make sure that everyone, for me, I want to make sure that everyone would want to do business with me again. And I want to make sure that everyone has a good experience of the IPv4 transaction process, because it's quite ethereal and it can be really unnerving, because you're selling internet real estate, right? It's IPv4. It's IP addresses. It's not like you're selling a house. You can't physically see what you're selling, so it's kind of ethereal. But it is really important. So it can be a difficult concept, and it can be kind of weird to get your head around, but it's important, and it's a really big part of the internet world at the moment. So to me, it's critical. So 3 quick reasons. I'll get straight to the point. It's hard enough. No, reason number 1. It's hard enough to find the IPv4 or find the seller. Right? It's hard enough to find the seller, and it's hard enough to find the buyer. We don't have to make it difficult in the middle process, right? It's hard enough to get a buyer and a seller to agree to a price, and agree to do it quickly, and agree to a payment method, and agree to it's difficult enough. We have a whole world of a whole internet world, of people who have too much IPv4 and people who don't have enough. And the price is crazy at the moment, and everything is nuts. So I, for one, am going to make sure that I do the best, my best to make sure that everyone has a good process, at least in the middle, the part that I can help, the part that I can smoothly get through. Nothing is perfect, nothing is foolproof, but at the end of the day, I want to know that I've done my best to help my buyers and my sellers get the best result, but also have the fastest and smoothest transaction. It's really important to me that everyone has a smooth go of it, because, as I said, a second ago, it's kind of weird and unnerving to put a lot of money into an escrow account and think I'm getting something ethereal, something I can't even see as a result. It can be unsettling. So I want to make sure that I do my best to alleviate any of that feeling that I possibly can. The second is it's easier for the third parties involved, right? So we've got the buyer and the seller, right? And they're already struggling to find each other and agree on a price. But then, if we delay in the middle, people like escrow.com and escrow service or APNIC or any RIR, they get a little bit nervous in the middle if things are just slow for no reason. Now, for me, this is really important. I want to make sure that I maintain and have good relationships with the various RIRs, especially APNIC, because that's where I'm based, and escrow.com, because I use them all the time. So for me, it's really important that I have good relationships with essentially the people that I do business with on a regular basis. So I want to make sure that I shepherd the process as much as possible so that these actually happen quickly and happen smoothly for all of the parties involved. Buyer, seller, v4Now, escrow.com, and whatever RIRs are involved. Sometimes there are 2 RIRs and you have to talk to both of them. So I just find to have everyone happy, it's best to have the fastest go possible. And my third reason, and probably the most important reason to me really, is that it's respect. Respect for both the buyer and the seller, and that they have respect for each other. In this crazy world where it's all internet all the time, and we're literally talking about selling IPv4 real estate. You might have had it for hardly any time. You might have had it for a really long time. Might have been with your company since the very beginning. Who knows? But at this point in time, you're parting with it. And sure, it might mean nothing sentimental and it's just a business transaction. And for the most part, that's what it is. But it still should be respected. It's still a resource. And it's still something that you have to maintain. It's something that you have to care about. It's something that you have to, it's something that, on the other side, that people need to grow their businesses. So I want, and I try to maintain a level of respect and honor for all 3 main parties involved. And of course, APNIC or any RIR that I'm dealing with, I want to make sure that I have the most respect for them. They do a lot of these transactions, and I want to make sure that when they work with me, that they are respected and understood, and that their process is not taken for granted, but it is helped as much as I possibly can, right? I want to make sure that the sellers and the buyers know that I have their best interests at heart, and that's what I do. If I got nothing out of this, I wouldn't do it. Because for me, the most important thing is the people who need IPv4 get the IPv4 that they need, right? Not, obscene amounts, to just what they need to grow their business. And the sellers are paid fairly and on time for the resources that they're passing on. They've done their best to take care of a resource that is finite and sellable, and it's a great asset and a resource to have. They've taken care of it for as long as they've had it. So that also should be respected. If you're buying IPv4 and it's clean and it's ready to go, and there are so many things that can get in the way of a good sale. So the fact that both parties can come together and have a good sale and everybody's happy, that is to be respected and honoured and appreciated. So I guess maybe I'm overly passionate about IPv4 transfers, but I've been doing it for a while. So I guess I've had a lot of contact with people, both who need it and who have too much. And so for me, it's become a really personal process. So I get that's my why as to why I emphasize the need for fast sales. So I hope that meant something to you. Anyway, never mind. If you want to get in contact with me, or you want to work with me, or you have some questions, let me know. There'll be contact links in the description below or in the email that this is in. So I look forward to working with you. I look forward to chatting with you. And I'll talk to you then. Okay, bye.